So now we will see the joint stock company. Okay. So what is a joint stock company? A joint stock company is a organization which joins hands with many people to start the business. Okay. Here there will be thousands and thousands of people who are contributing money and helping the business to run. Okay, and they are going to contribute not free of cost. Obviously they are going to get some return from the business. Okay, so that is a layman language words. Now if we come to the bookish language, what is there? Joint stock company is an artificial person having separate legal entity, perpetual succession and common seal. That means what? It is having separate identity from the contributor, that is the owners. Okay, it is having a separate identity from its owners. Perpetual succession means the business will go on without any stoppage. That means if any owner or if any contributor dies, then also it will not hamper. If anyone is leaving the organization, no problem. The business will go on continuing. Okay. With common seal means there will be a common seal which is being used for authenticating the information of the joint stock company. Okay, like moher type. Okay, but this particular common seal concept has been eliminated over 2015. So joint stock company is basically an artificial person which has been constituted from the contribution of thousands and thousands of people who are separate from the ownership of the business. They are owner, but they are taken separate from the joint stock company, and the business of the joint stock company will continue even after their death. Okay, the continuity will be there. And joint stock company is generally run or registered under, you have to, any business which is going to be registered as a company need to be registered under the Companies Act 2013 or any such act which was earlier. Okay, now if you want to register, that will be under Companies Act 2013, and previous to that, if it was there, then it must have been recorded or registered under Companies Act 1912 or Companies Act 1956, anything. Okay, so it should have been, it must be registered one. Then coming to the next one, the main feature of joint stock company. What are the main features of joint stock company? The main feature of joint stock company is that, first thing, it is a separate legal entity. It is not having its own identity. Okay, sorry, it is having its own identity. Okay, a separate legal entity means it is having its own identity. The owners are separate from it. Okay, the business is running on its own. Okay, if it is having any liability, it will be on the company. If it is having any problem in the activity of the business, it will be the company itself who is liable. Okay, obviously the person who is running the company. So that is why it is told that the company form of business is having separate legal entity. Then artificial person. Artificial person means the joint stock company is a artificial person. Artificial person, what is the meaning of artificial person? The meaning of artificial person is that it is a person who is having the capacity to buy the product, sell the product, do the dealings, do the activities of the business, everything. Okay, it is nothing but a person without soul. Okay, a person without soul, but everything, a alive person without soul. Okay, it is a alive person without soul. Everything can be done. Okay, then coming to the next one, registration. The registration of a company is compulsory. It must be registered under the Companies Act 2013 or any such act previous to that. Okay. Then coming to the next one, perpetual succession. Perpetual succession, what is the meaning of that? Perpetual succession means a business will go on continuing even after the death of any of the member of a company. Okay. Then common seal. The company's activities are authenticated with this particular seal. Okay, all the documents are authenticated with the common seal of the company. After that, transferability of share. Transferability of share means the shares of a company. Share means what? Share means the part of the total capital of the company. As I told you, thousands and thousands of people are contributing in a company, right? So if they are contributing as a owner, then their contribution will be taken as the total capital, right? And the total capital of a joint stock company is called share capital. Okay, share capital. That means many people will have share in the capital. That is why it is called share capital. Okay, and if you want, you can sell your share. Suppose if you have invested 1000 rupees, then you will get a certificate for that. This particular certificate you can sell to someone else, and the other person will become the owner of the particular share. Okay, so a particular person who invests or who buys a share or who takes share in a company is called shareholder. Okay, and if he want, he can sell his share to another person. But in private company, it is not allowed. In public company, he can sell the share, right? Then separation of ownership and control. The person who are the owners are not the person who control it. They are the person who owner are the one who contribute the money, and jointly they have annual general meeting where the board of directors are being selected. There will be meeting where the board of directors will be appointed. Okay, and the board of directors will run the business. Okay, they are the one who controls. So there is separation in the ownership and control. Then limited liability. The liability of a company form of business is limited to the extent of capital contribution. Suppose if you are buying the share, buying share of say 10,000, then you are liable for only 10,000. Okay, up to 10,000, if you have made the payment, any liability of the company will not come on you. Okay. Now coming to the merits of joint stock company. The main benefits of the joint stock company are, first one, large capital. As I told you, thousands and thousands of people are contributing in a company form of business. That means the contribution also will be in crores. It will be crores and crores. 100 crore, 200 crore, 300 crore, 1000 crore, 10,000 crore. That much of contribution is been there in joint stock company. Okay. So the capital contribution is large. Then limited liability. What is the meaning of that? Limited liability means a liability. The liability of a joint stock company is limited to certain extent. That means if you are a shareholder and if you are buying the share of 1000 rupees, your liability is limited to 1000 rupees. Once you have paid the 1000 rupees, then your liability is finished. It will not come to your private property. Okay, like sole trading, it will came to the private property, unlimited liability, right? So in this case of joint stock company, it is not the case. It is limited only to 1000 rupees. Then continuity. The continuity of joint stock company is continue. Okay, it is perpetual. Okay, means what? Perpetual means it will go on continuing year after year until unless the business fails. It can continue. It will not hampered by anyone's leaving the organization or selling the share or dying or doing anything. Doesn't matter. The ownership of the business will not be hampered. Then efficient management. Efficient management means the management of a particular joint stock company is never hampered by the common investors, the owners. Okay, why? Because every time the board of directors are being appointed, and the board of directors appoint highly educated and highly trained people of management, okay, who are very efficient in management. That is why the management of joint stock company is very good, and they have got lots and lots of fund to pay also, so they can easily afford for that. Then growth and expansion. The growth and expansion of a joint stock business is always seen. Why? Because of the amount of capital, because of the size of business, there will be continuous growth of activity. Okay, you might have seen that the bigger the plant you grow, the more growth and expansion will be there. The smaller the plant, the growth and expansion will be also less, right? So in the same concept is here. Then easy transferability of share. Easy transferability of share means the shares of a company can be easily sold, of a public company, right? Can be easily sold to anyone, and you can get the money as and when you require. Like, you cannot think that I have just blocked my money. If you want, then you can sell your share and you can get the money. Then dispersal of ownership. Dispersal of ownership means the ownership has been distributed between many people. Okay, the ownership has been distributed in between many people. Clear? Okay, let's go to dispersal of ownership. Then social responsibilities. Social responsibilities means the responsibility of the business with regard to the society is very what to say is very good. That means joint stock company or a company form of business do a lot of things for the society, like they construct schools, they construct water facility for their employees, they provide medical facilities also, they themselves construct many times the medicals and all, so they do a lot of social responsibility activities. Okay, then next one, the demerits of joint stock company. What are the demerits? First one is the there is a lengthy and expensive legal formalities. It is not easy to set up a joint stock company. Okay, you have to go through the legal formalities, and many times it is very much lengthy, and at the same time it is very much expensive also. Okay, you cannot just simply start up a business. You have to see the certain procedures. We'll have the procedures here. We'll discuss at the time. It will be clear at the time. Okay, and you have to follow all the procedures. Then only you can start up a joint stock company. Once we see the procedure, you can understand this point. Okay, let's keep it for that. The lack of motivation, since the owners are not directly related in the business activity, so the motivation is also lacking. Okay, the person who are running the business, they have their own interest, their own needs. Once their need and interest are getting fulfilled, they are least bothered about the activities of a joint stock company. Okay, so the motivation is not there because they are going to get the salary. Doesn't matter whether the business is earning 1 lakh or 10 lakh. Okay, so that is why the lack of motivation is there. That next one, delay in decision. Most of the major decisions are taken by all the members or most of the members in by a voting right. Okay, by the voting right of their shares, how much their share hold, how much share they hold, that much vote they can give. Okay, suppose a person is having 10 shares, then he can give 10 votes. Okay, so based on that voting right only the decisions are taken, major decisions. So many times it becomes too late for the decisions to be taken because it is a very lengthy procedure to take the decision. Okay, delayed in decision. Then excessive government control. These joint stock companies are constantly monitored by the by government. Okay, that is why you will find that every now and then you have to furnish the reports of the joint stock company in the paper. You have to properly maintain the record. Why government is interfering? Because public money is invested there. People are investing. Many people are investing who are not directly seeing the activity. So government have to look into the matter, right? That is why there is government control. Okay, and many times it becomes difficult because of this reason. Then disputes among various groups. There is lots of dispute among the members of the joint stock company. Okay, dispute means one will be the opinion to go for one option A plan, other one will be going in the opinion of option B plan. So there is dispute among the group of the people. Then unhealthy speculation. Many of the joint stock companies started with the speculation. Speculation means predicting that the thing will be like this. So many times what happens that the speculations are not right and it can result into failure of the business. Speculation here means another concept. Unhealthy speculation also means that many times people what they do is that they buy lots and lots of share from the company with a view that once the company share price rises, they will sell it and they will get some more money. Sometimes it is beneficial for them, sometimes it is not, but for the economy it is not good. For the economy it is not good. Okay, the next point it is saying that economic oligarchy. Okay, what is the meaning of economic oligarchies? The meaning of economic oligarchies is that economically also these particular organizations are not very much healthy, because as I told you, in some cases, not every case, okay, in some cases if there is lots and lots of speculation being done, it might result into loss of many people. Many people will think that the price is falling down, so let me buy the shares. Okay, so once they buy the share, suddenly they will see that the price has gone even more down. Okay, that what has happened with Yes Bank. Okay, there was constant fluctuation in the price, so that leads to many people has lost lakhs and lakhs of rupees. Okay, so that ultimately leads to downfall of the economy. Then social evil. What is the meaning of social evil? Many times the joint stock company, they do the social activities with the motive to buy the customers. By the customer means creating a market in the creating a scenario in the market that we are the best, we are doing everything good, but inside it might be that we are selling our product at a higher price, and whatever benefit or whatever activities we have done for the society, everything we are taking back from the customer. So in this way, ultimately what is happening is that it is leading in the downfall, or you can say that it can lead in the social evil. Okay, downfall of the customer interest. Okay, clear? So after that, next one, pressure on government decision. Pressure on government decision. That is, many times what happens is that the government decisions are also being altered with the position of joint stock company. If the joint stock companies are not doing well, like Yes Bank, what happened that there was fraud in Yes Bank, right? So because of that, what happened? The government had to take up many decisions, many activities. So that also lead into changes of the government decision and manipulation of the government decision. Any not exactly manipulation, means changes that need to be done so that according to the joint stock companies action in the society, we have to take some of the other decisions. There is a pressure on the government, okay, regarding that. Now, clear? Now, economic oligarchy also mean one more concept, that the control on the particular business is totally on few or confined to a group of people. Okay, it is not that every member is getting the benefit and voting right and all. Those people who are having huge number of shares or huge number of investment, they only maximum time take the decision, influence the decision. Okay, so now we will go to the next one, that is the types of company. How many types of companies we have? Basically we have three types of company. There is the first one, private company, the next one, public company, and the third one is one person company. This is a new concept, one person company. Okay, so what is a private company? Now private company, if we say, private companies are those companies which are having restriction in the transferability of shares. They cannot transfer their share easily to any person. Okay, the second thing is that the minimum number should be 2 in private company, and maximum it can be 200. Okay, excluding the present and the past employees. Clear? And another thing is that they cannot invite general public to invest in their business. Okay, if anyone want to invest, that is separate. Otherwise, they cannot invite anyone for the capital subscription for investing in their business. Clear? So these are the concepts which makes a private company different from public company. Then what is public company? Public company are those, obviously all the companies need to be registered under the Companies Act 2013 or any of the act previous to that. Okay, that is a common concept. Then public company refers to those which are having a minimum number of members as 7, and maximum there will be no limit. There will be free allowance of transferring the shares among the members, or even to outsiders also they can sell the shares. Third, public company can invite the general public to invest in the business. Clear? So these are the basic concepts which are differentiating in the private and the public company. Clear? Now what is a one-man company or one-person company? Okay, one-person company, it refers to those, okay, where one person will be holding the business activity. Okay, one person will control the activities. Okay, so they are the one who are having only one person. Okay, and this concept has been given in 2013 in the Companies Act 2013, and basically this concept is confined to that a person need to register his business in the Companies Act 2013. He will be the only owner, only contributor. Okay, he can take loan and all, that is separate, but he as an owner, he will be the only person. And if you want to convert his business, then he should be, his paid up capital should be more than 50 lakhs. Then he can convert his business into a private or public company. Okay, then the obviously other rules will be applicable. Okay, and he cannot, until unless it is converted, if it is one person company, then he cannot incorporate anyone else in his business. Clear? Then stages of formation of a company. Now we were talking about the formation, right? It is very lengthy to start up a company form. So what are the procedures? See, First one is promotion, then incorporation, then capital subscription stage, and after that comes the commencement of business. Let's study one by one. First one, promotion stage. In a promotion stage, what happens is that here the promoter, the person who is supposed to promote the business, what he does is that he conceives an idea and he develops it. Okay, clear? Here the idea is being developed to start up a business. Clear? And it involves the following steps. The first one, identification of business opportunity. That means what business opportunity or what is the business opportunity available, what you are going to do. Then next one, feasibility study, whether the business will be sustainable or feasible or not. Feasible means whether it will be it can be done or not. Okay, the third one, name approval. A proper name will be, a particular name will be selected. Okay, and whether the name can be approved or not, that you have to see. How whether the name will be approved or not, you have to make sure that you don't have the same name of any other company. Okay, like suppose if you are studying X Limited, there shouldn't be any other company name of X Limited. Okay, the name approval should be done on a basic this theme, that it should be unique. Then next one, fixing up signatories to memorandum of association. MOA is memorandum of association. Now what is that, we will discuss later. So fixing up of signatories. Fixing up of signatories means you have to fix a person who will sign or who will give a signature and will be the base of your business that is going to be set up. Okay, the base of your business means he will be the one who is going to give it as a signature. Signatories means actually the person who is going to sign at the time of the registration process. Okay, he is the first director. Clear? He will be the first director. Okay, I'm just reading a sentence for you to understand. Promoters have to decide about the person who is willing to sign the memorandum. Usually the signatories of memorandum become the first director of the company. Okay, they are the one who are going to be the first director of the company. Okay, then comes the next one, appointment of professional. Appointment of professional means here those people like broker, underwriter and all, they will be appointed so that they will take up the activities of starting up the business. Clear? The next one, preparation of necessary document. Here all the documents like article of association, memorandum of association, prospectus, like all these documents will be prepared so that the company can start up the business. Okay, the company can go for starting up the business. Then next one, now after the promotion stage, we have the next one, incorporation. Okay, incorporation stage. In the incorporation stage, you have to register your company. Okay, you have to register your company with the registrar of the Companies Act. Okay, of the company, registrar of the company. It can be registered under the Companies Act 2013, or if it is already registered, it must have been registered under any of the Companies Act previous to that. So in the registration time, at the time of registration, what you have to do, first of all, you have to fill up the necessary documents. You have to give the necessary document. That is, you have to fill up with the memorandum of association, with the article of association, statement of how much will be your capital, then who are the directors, name, address, what is the occupation, age, everything. Then written consent of the director that they are willing to become the director of the company. Then you have to give the notice and address about the registered office of the company. Okay, a statutory declaration that you are going to take up the legal activities and all the activities, all the forms, whatever you have filled up and all, everything is authentic. You have to give the statutory declaration. Okay, all these things you have to do. Clear? After filing up everything, then you have to go with the payment of fees. Okay, you have to pay a stipulated fees that has been set up. Okay, and the amount of registration fees will depend on what is your amount of authorized capital. Clear? After that, the registrar will verify all the documents and he will submit. Okay, submit it for rechecking. Once the checking and all everything is done and the registrar is satisfied, then he will issue a certificate of incorporation, that the incorporation has been done, the registration has been done. Okay, after entering all the details, the registrar will register the name of the company in the register of the company and he will give you the certificate of incorporation. Okay. After issuing the certificate of incorporation, a particular private company can go for starting up the business. Clear? Okay, that is the registration part is over. Then they can go for starting up a business. Then come the next one, capital subscription. Okay, capital subscription at a time of commencement of business. So when we are talking about the capital subscription, okay, there are two parts. One is the capital subscription, the other one is commencement of business. So capital subscription means here a public company will invite, first of all, what you have to do, you have to take the approval from Security Exchange Board of India. Security Exchange Board of India, SEBI. Okay, whether can I go for inviting the public for contributing the money in the company or not. All the details you have to furnish there, and you have to get the consent from there. Then you can issue a prospectus or any statement in lieu of prospectus. Means prospectus means a detail about the company, what you're going to do, who are the directors and everything, or any statement which is in support of this prospectus. Instead of the prospectus, you can issue any certificate also. And so any voucher type, okay, that will be called a statement in lieu of prospectus. Then you have to appoint the bankers, brokers, underwriters who are going to work for you. And after that, you have to invite the public for investment. And once the invitation has been made, then you have to wait till 120 days. And in 120 days, at least 90% of the subscription should be done. If it is not done, you have to go through underwriters. Underwriters are the one who are going to buy your shares for a stipulated time, so that to make up the minimum subscription. What is the minimum subscription? 90% of the issued capital. Okay, and remember that just to make your minimum subscription, the underwriters and all will buy your shares, and later on they will sell these shares to someone else at a higher price, or even you can also buy from them. Okay, so that is the concept of minimum subscription. Then after that, once the minimum subscription is done, if you are not done with the minimum subscription, you cannot start a business. Okay, and once the minimum subscription is done, then you can apply in the stock exchange that you want your shares to be listed in the stock exchange. Stock exchange is the place where the shares and debentures will be. Shares or companies fund, debentures and call can be purchased and sold. It is a market for companies. It is a market where the companies shares and debentures are sold. The stock exchange. Okay, it is also called stock market. In details, we'll study in the in a chapter where we are going to study about the financial market, that is in class 12. Okay, then comes the allotment of shares. Allotment of shares means once you have got the permission, then you can allot the shares to the person who have applied for buying the share in your company. Okay, after that you can commence the business, and your business can start running. It is the commencement of business. Here, all the document, whatever the submission of the document is there, everything is filled over. You can start your business and run your business, and you can continue the activities for what you have already decided. Okay, that is the basic thing in this particular concept. Okay, now we will go to the next one. Important persons involved. Who is the most important person? Very important person. There is a promoter. Okay, who is a promoter? Promoter is a person who promotes the business. Okay, who generates the idea, who promotes the business, who takes up the activities and registers the business and start up the business. Okay, that is a promoter. Now then, coming to what are the important documents? There are three very important documents used in a company form of business. First one is memorandum of association, then comes the article of association, and the third one is prospectus. Okay, one by one we will see. Memorandum of association is a charter of the company, means it is the main picture of the company's activities. It will show the total detail, what the company's objective is, how the company is going to be run, what are the activities, what is the scope, what is the limitation, everything about the company's detail will be there in the memorandum of association. That is why it is called the charter of a company. Charter of the company means detailed picture of a company. Okay, detailed picture of a company. So first one is this charter you can use according to the need of the situation. Here it is referring to the picture of the company. Now next one, first thing is that Name clause. Name clause means this particular clause states the what is the name of the organization, okay, what is the name of your business, okay, what is the address, everything detail will be there in the name clause. Then situation or domain, okay, it will talk about the registered office, the state where your business is, okay, the particular location of the business. Okay, name clause will only confine to the name, whether it is a public company or private company, that particular thing will be given in the name clause. With private company, we rate PVT LTD, means private limited. And in case of public company, we write down only LTD, that means only limited, right? Then situation or domain means where it is located, the situated, where it is situated, what is the place, state, details, all the address of the company. Then object course, what is the main objective of starting up the business, why you are starting this company from business, all the objectives should be stated in the objective course. Then liabilities, whether your liability is confined to only the capital investment, what will be the amount of liability, per share the liability can be 10 rupees, it can be 6 rupees, 7 rupees, depending on that. So the liability clause will depend, will explain about the amount of liability. Then capital clause, what is going to be the total capital of the company, registered company of the capital, registered capital of the company, that will be given in the capital clause. Then association clause. Association clause will contain the declaration by the directors. Okay, they will state that we, the several people, whoever there, okay, whose names are address are given in the submitted list, okay, are desirous. They will be explaining their desire to form the company as per the information given in the memorandum of association. Okay, that will be stated in the association clause, or you can also call it subscription clause. Then next comes the article of association. What is the article of association? Article of association is the bylaws of the company. Bylaws means inside activities will be given here. Okay, it contains the rules and regulations of managing the business, how the internal activities of the or internal affairs of the company will be managed, that will be given in the article of association. It will talk about the powers, duties, rights of the managers, officers, directors, everyone's power, duty, activity will be stated in the article of association. Okay, what it will contain mainly the amount of share capital and different classes of share. What are the classes of shares that you will get in the higher classes in class 12? Okay, so the in fact in class 11 also you will get in class chapter number 7, that is the sources of business fund. Okay, so what you will get here, what is the amount of share capital, whether 10 lakh, 20 lakh, whatever it is. Then the different classes, whether preference share or equity share. Okay, then procedure for making allotment, how the allotment will be done, how the shares will be given to the people who are applying. Okay, then all this is concept now you will be very clear when you study about the accounting of share capital. Now I'm just giving you the concepts, light concepts. Then procedure for issuing share certificate, how the share certificate will be issued, whether it will be sent over email or it will be given through post. Then procedure for transfer of share capital, how the share capital can be transferred. Then forfeiture of share I'll not discuss now. These are all concepts related to company you will study in class 12. Okay, all the details will be, internal details of the company will be given in the article of association. Then comes the prospectus. Prospectus, you might be very aware that if you go for taking admission in any organization, you have to buy any prospectus, or prospectus state the total detail of the organization, right? So if you go for buying if you want the admission, then you have to buy the prospectus, and then in the prospectus all the details of the organization will be there. So after the stated details, you can go for studying it. Like prospectus is a circular or invitation given to the general public to subscribe to the shares of the company or invest money in the company. Okay, it will give you the detail about how the investment should be done, what is the money you can invest, how much money you can do, everything, how much money you can invest, everything. Then choice of form of business enterprise. This particular part has been omitted from your content this year, but still I will explain what are the things you have to see before you choose a business. What is the type or nature of business you want to take? Okay, how much will be your capital contribution? If your capital is large, then you can go for partnership form of business. If your capital is very less, then you can start a sole trading. Okay, if you want to start with many people, you can go for company. If you want the if you are not very much convenient with your amount of money, or if you are feeling difficult to run your business, then you can go for cooperative. Okay, then degree of control. How the degree of control means, whether you want to have the control in your hand, then sole trading. If you don't want to have the control in your hand, if you want to distribute among limited people, then partnership. With unlimited people, then company. Okay, management ability. If you want very good if you want to manage your business on your own, then sole trading. If you want your management to be done by a specialized person, then you have to invest more money, and you should go for company form of business. Liability, if you want limited liability, then you can go for cooperative and company form of business. If you want unlimited liability, you can go for partnership and sole trading. Okay, then flexibility of operation. If you want very flexible way of operation, that your business should continue even after you, then you can start a cooperative or even company form of business. And if you want that your business should be with you, in fact confined it to you, then you can go with flexibility of operation with the sole trading. Then continuity. Same, the flexibility and continuity is almost the same. I'm not going to discuss that again. Okay, it's almost a mixture of that. Flexibility means as and you like, you can do the business. So sole trading is very good. Continuity refers to whether you want to continue the business for a longer time or not. If you want to continue, then you can go for company form of business. If you don't want a limited time period, then you can go for sole trading. That is the thing. Okay. So we will end up the class today up to here. In the next class, I will discuss about cash book, and your syllabus will be up to chapter number 3, whatever we have done. Okay, chapter number 3 also I'll provide you the note very soon, and we will go with chapter number 3. Up to chapter number 3 will be there in your half yearly. Okay, till then, bye bye, take care. Okay, stay in good health. So one more thing I need to tell is that remember that all your questions will be based on your chapters itself. Okay, so please read the chapter thoroughly. If you have any doubt, you please clarify. Fine. Okay, then bye bye.